Hello, I'm here to help you learn English with Learn English with Myths. You can find more materials and information in the description below. Now, let's begin. Long ago in ancient Egypt, there lived a great god named Osiris, the god of death and the afterlife, or the world of the dead. People looked up to him with reverence and worshipped him. His name meant many things like living, powerful, and healthy. Under his reign, the land flourished. People prospered. There was plenty of food, peace, and happiness. But alas, there was one god who was jealous of Osiris, his own brother, Set. Why? Well, Set wanted all the power for himself. His heart was filled with malice, which means a desire to do evil things to others. So he began to plot against Osiris, thinking of ways to take away his brother's power and reign over Egypt. One day, Set came up with a devious plan, one that would allow him to fool his unsuspecting brother. Set built a beautiful chest made out of gold. It was the perfect size for Osiris. And then he invited him to a party, telling him the chest would be a fun game for the god of the underworld to try. Oh yes, he wanted Osiris to fit inside the chest. When Osiris arrived, Set persuaded him to try to fit into the chest. "Don't worry," said Set with a mischievous smile. "I made it just for you. It'll be a great joke." Osiris did not suspect a thing. The chest looked so enticing, and he had always been fond of games. But when Osiris stepped inside, Set slammed the lid shut and nailed it. Then he carried the heavy chest to the river and threw it in. The current was strong and fast. The chest floated down the stream and eventually landed under a tamarisk tree on the other side of the river. Now, Osiris, trapped inside the chest, was swept far away from his home and his people. Meanwhile, Set went around spreading lies, telling everyone that Osiris had vanished into thin air. People were shocked and saddened. They were desperate to know what had happened to their kind and benevolent ruler. But there was one who refused to believe Osiris was dead: his wife, the goddess Isis. She used her powerful magic to search for her husband. Eventually, she found the chest under the tamarisk tree. Taking it back to her home, she managed to open it and bring the body of Osiris back to life long enough to tell her the truth about Set and his treachery before he died again. Then, Isis traveled to the river Nile, where the water was dark and dangerous. No one dared go there because it was believed that crocodiles lived in its depths. But she persisted, determined to fulfill her quest. With great difficulty, she recovered 14 pieces of her husband's body. But alas, Set had been there before her and had cut off another piece, his rear end. Isis, refusing to give up, called upon her sister Nephthys, and together they searched until they found this last piece. Finally, having gathered all of Osiris's dismembered parts, Isis took them to a secret place near the city of Abydos. Here she performed powerful rituals to bring him back to life. After 9 cycles of the moon, Osiris was restored. However, he explained to Isis that his time on Earth was finished. From now on, he would be the god of the dead, ruling the underworld. He gave her their son, Horus, to carry on his legacy. Then, Osiris disappeared, passing into the underworld. After he left, Set kept bothering and harassing Isis and her son. When Horus grew up, though, he fought back against his treacherous uncle, defeating him and restoring peace to Egypt. And that's all for today's myth. What will you remember the most? Let me know in the comments below. Before we go, let's review some of the new words we learned. First, we have prosperity. It means wealth and abundance. For example, the ancient Egyptians lived in a time of great prosperity. Next, we have veneration. It means deep respect and admiration. For example, the pharaohs were shown great veneration by their subjects. Next, we have malice. It means a desire to cause harm to others. For example, Set was consumed with malice towards his brother Osiris. Next, we have tenacity. It means persistent determination. For example, Isis showed great tenacity in her search for Osiris. Next, we have prowess. It means exceptional skill or ability. For example, Isis used her powerful magic and prowess to revive Osiris. Next, we have treachery. It means betrayal of trust. For example, Set's treachery led to the downfall of Osiris. And finally, we have compassion. It means deep care and kindness. For example, Osiris showed great compassion for his people. If you want to become fluent in English faster, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and see you next time on Learn English with Myths.